Night, Deadly Night. That's the one with Santa as the axe murderer.
Rob, when Silent Night, Deadly Night was first released, many parents were shocked that a movie about a maniacal Santa Claus would be shown at Christmas time.
It'll play in every part of the country, including backward, some places where it began to play and was pulled.
Deadly Night. When angry parents picketed theaters where it played, and the critics took offense.
And Silent Night, Deadly Night now has the distinction of joining I Spit on Your Grave as one of the two most contemptible films I have seen. And I don't mean to think it's campy. It really is quite awful. You people have nothing to be proud of, even if you made a few bucks off of all the negative publicity. Your profits truly are blood money. And yes, we even see Santa give one little girl a bloody knife as a gift and threaten another little girl with physical punishment as she sits on his lap. You might think that it would be funny, Roger, or Perry. It's played as quite sick in the film.
A guy gets into a Santa Claus suit and he's driven over the line. That people don't, on the face of it, see why that's funny.
Silent Night, Deadly Night opens in 93 theaters tomorrow in North and South Carolina and in upstate New York, with plans for a wider release already in the works.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Gray Media. This is Josh here, checking in on you out there in YouTube land. Welcome back. Thanks so much for hanging in there and sticking around. We're doing something that I said we were not going to do on this channel, which is cover some holiday horror, even though it's a little tacky, even though it's a little cliche, even though it's not my favorite thing in the world. Some films like Silent Night, Deadly Night that came out November 9th, I believe, 1984, had a troubled history, had kind of a shitty shake of the dice there, where they put it out and for a week it's crushing so hard it's beating A Nightmare on Elm Street, and then all of a sudden people are picketing, all these moms against America that can't seem to get the Jeffrey toy or whatever the hell else, Tickle Me Elmo. And it's pulled, and it's got this complicated history. So if you can't tell, I'm in a much better mood. Happy to be here. Thanks for hanging in with me. We're going to talk Silent Night, Deadly Night. Try to purge some demons, if you will. However you found me, thanks so much for being here. Let's check it out. In 1984, Charles Sellier decided to take a jolly blood-filled jab at the horror holiday mainstay Christmas and take on the ultimate emperor and red-faced cherub known for chunking up chocolate chip cookies with frosty milk and slinging toys for all the good girls and boys. The other juxtaposed side of that phrase is much darker. Imagine, if you will, what can happen if you're one of those little snot-faced rats who muck up the holiday and are naughty instead of nice. Well, behaviors like that must be punished. In Silent Night, Deadly Night, we get a really ambitious slice of holiday horror that follows the unfortunate mental collapse and psychological demise of one Billy over the next 15 years of his life. For reasons outside his control, not really, but he's actually doomed. Right from the start, first to have to reside in Utah. God, what a shithole minus that view of the crazy mountains. Anytime a movie utilizes the crazies, prepare for something batshit. This is an absolute sleazefest. Silent Night, Deadly Night gets it. A character study on how to lose your mind over a holiday, and it all works. There are moments in this Christmas classic that feel like the intro to a cheesy Three's Company intro. The music, the whole vibe, the whole thing feels like just a montage to 70s music. There's even like this little jingle, and they kind of come around the corner and so what do we have? The plot of Silent Night, Deadly Night follows Billy on Christmas Eve, who was going to visit his grandfather in a Utah mental health asylum, right? And right away, the grandpa sets the tone for the rest of this flick. The grandpa bothered me when I was younger. It bothers me today. I've only seen Silent Night, Deadly Night one time. This was my second viewing ever, and because I've just kind of been talking trash about holiday horror, I was like, I should go back and watch the one that was kind of effective. You know, I love Black Christmas, actually. So Silent Night, Deadly Night, I went back and I rewatched this thing, and immediately it's like, oh yeah, the grandpa. The grandpa doesn't fuck around. The grandpa gets the assignment. The grandpa is the real deal when he's just warning Billy that Christmas Eve is actually the scariest night. And in a way, that totally makes sense. I remember always there's that weird sense of nervousness and magic, whether or not you were good enough all year to actually get the Power Wheel, the, Charlotte Hornet starter jacket, whatever you needed. And then all of us, the He-Man, right? The entire Castle Grayskull set. You wanted the whole thing. So Grandpa's telling the kid, he's like, hey man, actually, if you've been naughty, Santa comes for you, and it's bad news. And all, you know, when he's talking to his family, the grandpa's not doing anything. He's just like, got this crazy look, monotone. They go and they check on, you know, whatever his meds, and he's just like sneering at this kid, just giving him the business about Christmas. Then all of a sudden they're driving home. We kind of cut to a gas station or whatever, maybe a little convenience store, and a dude pulls out a 45 ACP, a fucking killer, pulls out this beaver tail, blasts the clerk. The clerk does have a piece on him too, and then all of a sudden we're following the Santa who's broke down in the middle of the road, and Billy watches, spoiler, he watches his entire family just get massacred in front of him. And of course there's a Santa Claus with a knife giving his mom the business. It's a whole scene, man. Then we kind of fast forward and we go through his life in an orphanage where Mother Superior is just taking him down peg by peg, and of course Billy sees some things he's not supposed to, because this is an absolute sexy sleaze fest, the whole thing. He's peering through the windows, he's seeing, you know, nudity and people getting it on in the background, and he feels like that's bad because he's getting punished and the nuns are whipping people. The whole thing is just a chaotic mess. Then we follow Billy as he graduates, and he's turned into this giant dude, right? He's a little bizarre, he's a little scared at Christmas, he's got a hang up over old Saint Nick, old Santa Claus. Some things that I really appreciated about the second viewing of Silent Night, Deadly Night were those creepy Santa Clauses, dude. Those creepy decorations and Iris toys where they're just kind of like, right? Just those things were fucking where it's at. That was some of the, I kind of remember it being younger, but watching those again, that kind of makes the movie for me. When they just kind of cock their head and they like check out Homeboy, bringing back the official Ira Toys hussy to the back room. The Sleaze Fest becomes a PTSD fest, and it all works. Now, some of this film is a little bit uneven. It does kind of trot along at a snail's pace, but it does work together when they're like kind of going back and forth in time and they're setting up the character of Billy. It is an awesome character study with the flashbacks and the holiday horror first brought on in the nursing home, the second with old Saint Nick and his Colt 45 ACP. However, the score to this film does get on my damn nerves. The intro, when they're trying to be like horror adjacent and they're kind of playing off of it, it's incredible. I love it. When they decide that they're going to go into this kind of holiday hamfest, it's just a hodgepodge collection of drunken carols that are shrill in tone and seem to exist only to annoy the fuck out of the villain in the red and white Santa suit. There are two scenes in Silent Night, Deadly Night that I think really haul the mail and make this worth the cost of admission. I would be doing one hell of a holiday faux pas by not mentioning the stellar and electric Linnea Quigley, whose short time on screen, no pun intended, is no match for her ability to take her clothes off while that goddamn B-tier Christmas jingle slowly wank her off in the background with some felt pool table foreplay. Whatever the movie, whoever she's teasing, Linnea Quigley is always the reason for the season, and she brings it with one hell of an on-screen death and mount. But SNDN gets better as the minutes of its runtime tick by. As shocking as it is to see this Yuletide slash sesh, there is plenty of on-screen ambition, violence, and creative kills. Counting them down from the 45 auto one-sided gunfight, the throat slash, the impalement, the strangulation via the True Tone Christmas lights. Very, very creative, very, very awesome. Plenty of axe killing. Santa waiting in the wings, though. To kill that sledder is my number 2 reason to watch this film. That shot of the man on the sled kind of joyriding, all of a sudden careening into frame, and Santa decides to take this axe and just snoot right across the old cherry hole. Down he goes, and coming into frame is this dude like bumping on the sled, you know, a little bit light on the head. It is incredible. That scene makes this one of the best holiday slashers I've ever seen. So shame on me for talking down on holiday Christmas slashers, because that scene right there, that is something special, man. When he's just like bumping, oh my God. That's a scene stealer right there. If you don't see it for any other reason, see it for that swing with the axe and the beheading. God bless it. I'm telling you right now, if you're anything like me and you're feeling the weight of the holiday home video horror bloat, well, this is a real one. This is a real one. Something special, similar to Black Christmas, that's daring, ballsy enough to try to do something different, something that I think is really worth your time in the long run. You're on the right track when your film is banned and it's picketed nationwide. That means that you took something that is so special, the sanctity of Christmas, and you shit on it. You pissed down its leg, and for that, Silent Night, Deadly Night, killer. Silent Night, Deadly Night took a slice of the biggest cash cow and the most sacred of the mythological features to ever lace up the black boots, and everybody gets a piece this year. Everybody deserves some punishment. Silent Night, Deadly Night is one hell of a film. I would definitely recommend it. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that 4K. The problem that I'm hearing, I don't have this on physical media. You want to know something cool though? I actually watched this on YouTube last night. I watched it on YouTube, and you can too. If you're going to try to rent this film, it's only in SD on Amazon Prime. You got to go to something stupid like Fandango where you can get it in HD. But on YouTube, it's in 720p, which isn't the best, but it looks pretty damn good if you're watching it in your bedroom on one of those older TVs. Guess what? All the nudity is in this film. There's a lot of nudity in this film. A lot. Some of it's uncalled for. There's a lot of ass in this film that you're just like, why are we focusing on this? Is everything got to be this like little roll in the presumption with hay or whatever? It's very bizarre, but it is on YouTube, uncut. Go check it out right now. I hope I just didn't ruin it by saying so. But yeah, the problem with this 4K is what people are saying, what I'm hearing is that it's region locked. Shame on Scream Factory. I'm still going to buy it though because I'm a chump, and I had a great time with this, and I'm going to add it to my little December films, horror films that I'm going to watch with Krampus and Black Christmas and Santa's Sleigh with Goldberg, right? I got a small little list that I keep that I watch every season. So happy to put Silent Night, Deadly Night back on there. If you want to see more from me, please like, comment, subscribe, talk some shit down there, follow me on social media. Super happy to be back. Thanks for hanging in there. I was having just kind of a bad weekend. Then my best friend came into town, and we got super merry. We kind of reminisced on stuff that was going on, and I'm back. I'm feeling better than ever. Can't wait to bring you guys some more stuff this week. Thanks for being there. See you soon. Take care.
Is there anything I can do for you? For me?